it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Hello and welcome to the Sean and Simon Show. I'm Simon.
I'm Sean.
What's that smirk for?
I don't know.
Are you just happy because it's the end of the season?
I'm excited for this
Excited.
show.
And because it's a video, which is a new thing.
It's a little special treat for everybody.
Yeah, we thought because it was the end of the series, we'd do something slightly different, do a video. And today's show is a hybrid, really, of Squeezebox and Fill Me In.
Yeah, we thought it would be a bit too much pressure to do both shows recorded.
Alright, that's just an excuse for being lazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love how you're not even going to deny that.
Yep, it totally is.
Alright. Well, what have we got coming up today, Sean?
Well, we've got... We thought we'd pick two of the best features from each show.
Yeah.
So we've got Make Simon Laugh and Face the Facts, which is a relatively new... It was new.
It's not relatively new, it is new.
It's new, isn't it? Yeah, it's the second time we've done it.
Yeah.
Which replaced the Sean Delusion, which is naff. And we've got My Opinion Is and the review, film review. But it's not for a film.
No, it's a TV review this time.
Look at it. We're on camera.
Well done.
This is exciting stuff. Exciting stuff.
So, shall we commence with
jump
Make Simon
straight
Laugh?
in with Make Simon Laugh. Okay. Fans of the show will know that we've been going for... Well, I've been picking memes lately. And this week is no exception.
I'm getting a bit bored of the memes now. I think it needs to be a bit more variety.
Oh, now you say that, you're not going to laugh. You're not going to find this funny.
It means you're a bit more under pressure. That's all.
Well, it's a good meme.
I mean,
It's
to be
a
fair,
really good meme.
so far, you have succeeded in making me laugh.
There
so
we go.
you can't moan.
I don't think there's been one time where you haven't laughed.
No.
So,
There have been times where I've laughed more than others.
but I'll revamp Make Simon Laugh for Series 2.
Okay.
Okay, alright. So are you ready for this?
Yeah? Why not?
Now just stare at that and think about the situation.
Yeah. It took me a second to realise what was going on. That's awesome.
Oh god.
That's brilliant.
That's a good one, that, isn't it?
You've succeeded once again, so well done. It's been a straight run.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
For every time of season 1, Make Simon Laugh has succeeded.
Yeah.
I can hold that title now, proudly.
Good. Good.
So, my opinion is, we'll just jump straight into it. No link, nothing.
And really, this week, I haven't had much of a life because I've been kind of living in the university library, the Robinson Library.
Total nerd.
Well, not really. I've had work to do. I wasn't particularly enjoying the experience, so that doesn't make me a nerd. Excuse me. Have you got something to say?
We need to maintain eye contact with the audience.
Alright, sorry. Alright, the first rule of film is don't look at the camera, so really...
Yeah, but this isn't film, this is a video podcast where we're talking directly to the audience, so I win on that.
Wow. Anyway, my point is, really, this is a bit of a bugbear for me because over the weekend and the following days where I've been in the library, I've been increasingly frustrated with people talking in the library. So my opinion is this week that people who want to turn library time into social time should go elsewhere.
You heard this guy. Well...
So what's your take on that, Sean?
Well, first of all, I think you're being a bit of a square.
A bit of a square.
He's been a square.
Alright.
Straight away. Yeah.
How people get that reference?
I didn't get it.
Pulp Fiction.
What? Which bit?
Where, what's she called? Uma Thurman calls John Travolta a square and does that thing with her fingers.
No.
It's an iconic thing. They spoofed it on Scrubs.
I don't remember it.
Anyway.
Yeah, you've been a bit of a square. Lighten up, dude.
Alright, 1950s Sean is in the building.
Yeah. Well, I think you're being a bit 1950s. You're being a bit break the rules. I'm gonna have you.
Well, that's not 1950s. That's just, you know,
Well,
rules aren't exclusive.
No,
to the
I
50s.
think society nowadays is a bit more lenient.
Yeah, a bit more lenient, but
you know, if
don't
you were
ruin
to
my
speak,
work.
if you were to speak in the library in the 50s, you'd be arrested.
Well, I don't think that's quite true. I think that's a bit of an exaggeration. But the same rules still apply in the library. And if I'm trying to do work, the last thing I want to hear is some American talking about the crazy padding on her bag.
Is that a specific reference?
Yeah, that happened yesterday. There was this girl talking about going camping in Amsterdam or wherever during their Easter break, and she was saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna sleep on my bag because it has crazy padding, so I'm not gonna bother with a pillow." And I had a Facebook status about this.
Yeah, I
and
saw that.
what I said was, you know, what's so crazy about this padding compared to other forms? You know, there might be a bit more of it, but that's not particularly crazy.
Well, I don't know why you're taking such beef with that particular thing.
I think it was just the culmination of so much.
Why? You sound like an old man. You're moaning. You're moaning. Just lighten up. Put your earphones in. That's what they're there
Yeah,
for.
but I can't work with music.
Oh, why don't you work at home then?
Because I don't get anything done at home.
Why?
I'm very productive in the library when I don't have
obviously
people
not.
talking next to me. Well, no. I mean, it happens, you know, every so often, but sometimes it breaks my concentration.
But the thing is with the library, I know this from experience, there are, like, study groups meet there. They
Yeah,
do
but not in the
work.
computer cluster where people are working.
There could be.
Well, no, there are
We had
spaces.
we had a computer project, well, a project that was needed computers with.
Yeah,
and
but
we
there are
were a group.
spaces dedicated for that kind of project.
And there are spaces dedicated to silent study.
Yeah, which is where I was, but people were talking. They weren't talking to a study group project. If they were, they would be elsewhere. That's my point.
No, but there are them little booths that you can go sit in.
Yeah, well, that's a different thing. I wasn't in one of those booths, was I?
Yeah,
If
but
anything,
why-
I'd be wrong to complain if I was sat in one of those booths.
No,
and
but
heard
what I'm
people
saying
talking.
is, if you have such a problem with people talking, then why don't you just go in one of them booths?
Because they're multi-people booths.
No, you can get singular ones. I
don't know what library you've been to,
Yeah,
but then
but-
you never go into university, so...
A, behave, I do. I've been good lately.
Lately.
It might be that I might be getting it confused with Chesterfield Library back home.
Probably.
Because I know they do, I think.
Okay. Well, maybe that's something we should suggest to the Robinson Library.
Yeah.
But yeah, my point is, it's annoying. And I know I'm guilty of doing it sometimes.
Yeah, you are a bit of a hypocrite because I know if I ever see you in the library, I'll come over and talk to you and you'll have a chat.
Very briefly, you know, hey, how you doing? What are you doing here? How's your work going? That's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, but then what if I was to then say, look at the crazy padding on my bag? You wouldn't then turn around and go, oh, shut up, go away.
I think if you said that to me, I'd be like, Sean, what are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. It is a particularly weird thing to say, but from, like, it might have been in joke, it could have been anything. I just think you're being a bit too square.
Square.
You are being so mardy about this.
It's not mardy, it's just wanting to get my work done in an area that's dedicated to doing work. If you want to talk about crazy padding, I mean, they were literally there for 10 minutes. I mean, it started off like, oh, I can't really talk, I've got work to do. But then one of them, like, pulled up a chair. And it's things like that annoys me. If they're going to continue the conversation, you know, fair enough, have a break, go on Facebook, you know, that kind of thing. I don't particularly mind people going on Facebook in the library because I do it. My point is, if you're going to have a prolonged conversation, go outside for 5 minutes.
So mardy.
There's nothing mardy about it. I want to get my work done. And I will defend my right.
Defend your right.
Okay, well, I defend my statement. I'm not budging on this.
I see your point, but I just don't. I think you need to lighten up a bit.
Well, I don't.
You've got to accept that there are people that. I mean, I have the same beef with the cinema.
Yeah.
People that talk in the cinema really wind me up.
You do it. Some of the things you were saying to me when we went to see Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows.
I know, but when other people do it, it really bothers me.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people I hate in the cinema.
Yeah.
But I feel like you're being overly, I don't know, it's just...
No, but the thing is...
in my mind, I'm just like, dude, chill out.
It's bad for me. And, you know, and these are like 30% of a module assignments. What about the people that are doing dissertations? You know, if it annoys me, how much does it annoy them?
Yeah, but I doubt any of them have video podcasts that they're broadcasting to the world.
Well, that's irrelevant. They're still going to be annoyed.
Yeah. Well, so are you going to make that your mission then? To eradicate speaking from the library?
Well, I don't really know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to walk around, like, doing this.
You should run for president.
Of what?
Just everything of the university, of the
President
union.
of the university. I'll become Chancellor of the university just to stop people talking.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll solve it. So that's your job. That's a proposition I've given you to solve the situation. And if you're not working towards that, you're not allowed to moan about it.
Well, that's a ridiculous statement.
No, you're not allowed to moan because
it can still annoy me without wanting to completely change my career. You know,
if you're not looking to change it, then you can't moan about it.
Well, no, there are staff there who are meant to stop people from talking.
Well, then,
and they don't do it. They're busy, you know, watching YouTube, you know, watching the Sean and Simon show. And fair enough, it's an entertaining show. Of course they are.
No,
everyone
they are not.
But, you know, fair enough, pause it, you know, stop watching it for 5 minutes. And if you're watching Mr. You know, Computer Man in the Robinson Library, pause it right now and stop all those people talking.
We'll give them a minute to do that.
Yeah. Okay, welcome back, and
hey.
I hope you've done your job well.
Thanks for doing that.
I will be annoyed.
He's got a proper bee in his bonnet about this, so it should make him happy. So now we've taken action and told the computer guy to sort it out, so now you can't complain.
No, I'm satisfied now.
Good.
That's my work done.
Good. About time as well.
I have changed university life for the better.
Good grief.
So what have we got coming up next? Shall we move on?
Yeah. Well, we've got Face the Facts.
Yeah.
The new feature. Do you want to explain it?
Not really, no.
Well, I'll explain it then. Fine, if you're not willing to pull your weight. Face the Facts is basically where I give Simon 3 facts and he has to decipher. There's only one real one and he has to decipher which one of these. They're not 3 facts, they're 3 stories.
One of them is true.
You see, if this wasn't like a video thing, I would have edited that out. But we can't do that now.
Yeah, no more outtakes.
Yeah, no more outtakes for the video thing. So,
unfortunately.
I will read out the 3 wacky stories and he basically grills me on the stories, on how much I know about them, and I have to tell him, he has to guess which is the real one.
So it's essentially like a round of Would I Lie to You, but
that
a bit
was
different.
Very drawn out explanation. Okay.
Well, you need to be thorough.
I do, yeah. Right, the first one. Are you ready for this?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
A German TV cameraman accidentally crushed a celebrity bunny.
Right.
Second one. Dominic James, the £45 million rollover lotto winner, had such poor customer service at his local shop, he bought his own right next door for revenge.
Right.
A Nottingham couple, both of whom have been convicted of fraud previously, were arrested last year for producing a very special fake £20 note. The fakes were so good, some still remain in circulation to this day.
Okay, right, so the first one.
The first one, the celebrity bunny.
This is the one I'm most sceptical about.
Okay.
Why was the bunny so famous? You know, it's only a young rabbit as well.
Yeah,
so
it was 17 days old.
So it's rose to fame pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So why?
Well, it was more, the title's misleading. Right. It was more, it would have been Germany's biggest thing. Now, Germany apparently have...
Germany's biggest thing? That was a bold claim.
No, Germany's latest craze. Right. Apparently, Germany have a fascination with animals. Wacky animals. That's
the first time I've heard
it. It was the first I heard of it as well. But this bunny was born without ears.
Right.
And this is very rare. And this TV cameraman was he was filming a story on the small zoo where the rabbit was, where the bunny was, in Saxony.
It's in a zoo?
In a zoo, yeah.
Well, that's questionable.
And the bunny was called Till.
Till.
And this is the best bit. They've frozen the body, and then in the process of deciding whether they're going to stuff it or not.
They've got an awful lot of information written on that little piece of paper.
We're going to do a Chuck Tester. Yeah, it's all there. It's all written there. So.
Right. Well. So I think if this bunny was so rare, such an unusual thing, I don't think that it would be available for people to step on. I think there would be some kind of, not security guard, but it would have some kind of minder or some kind of like fence around it, stopping people from stepping on it.
But what if it was like just he was doing a story on the bunny, or the zoo? Even
then, it's a cameraman. It shouldn't have experience. It should be used to working with animals. He should be used to working with animals. Actually, I don't believe this.
It was a dude.
Okay, it was a dude. I don't believe that one. So let's move on to the next one.
Next one.
Now the guy...
Dominic James, the £45 million rollover lotto winner.
Now this is the one I believe most because I think I'd do this if I was in that position.
Well, basically what happened was... in his local corner shop, who owned by a guy called El Kamar, I don't know what the L stands for.
We don't need to know that. That's unimportant information.
It gets pretty epic. This news article. He went in. And tried to buy something.
What did he want to buy?
I don't know. He didn't say.
You should do your research.
He tried to buy something. That wasn't what fascinated me though. And the guy was so rude to him. And he was so surprised at how rude he was. What was so bad about it?
What did he do?
He was just really rude. I don't know.
In what way?
It shocked this Mr. James guy so much.
Right.
That he got really angry about it. And he bought a plot of land. Right. I think it was opposite his shop.
Well, it's convenient then that there was just an empty plot of land right opposite.
Yeah, I think it was like a ex-council house.
Right.
And he just converted it into a shop, knocked any buildings down, built up his own shop.
I'm not sure I'd get planning permission.
Well, whatever, right? He set up his own shop, right, on a plot of land, and he sold every single item that this El Kamar sold.
Right.
Except it was at least 20% cheaper than what he sold it as. Right. And because of the way where he sourced all his goods from, some of the items were up to 50% cheaper.
Right.
He only lost an estimate. Like, he obviously ran the business at a loss.
Yeah. Not that that's an issue for him, he's a multi-millionaire.
Precisely, that was the point. He was doing it for revenge. But because of where he sourced his goods from, and despite, like, he obviously didn't claim it, he didn't break even, because there was a high startup cost. But he managed to run the business with no more than £100 per loss per month. Right.
I'm sceptical because I think if this was real, you would know why this man was so rude.
He was just rude because...
I think that's a detail you should really know.
What he did that was rude?
Yeah.
Well, when he's been dubbed as Britain's most rudest man, because a journalist, when the newspapers got hold of this story, a journalist went into the shop to get his side of the story, but he went undercover first. To see if he is rude and that. And the guy was rude to this guy as well. What did he do then? I don't know, he was just rude.
Well, I think if a journalist had,
I didn't read the journalist article, but this was another article about the story, about the events.
I don't believe it. I think he'd know these details if it was real.
Okay, right, well. But that then meant that Mr. Kamar had so much bad business, and it had such a bad impact on his business that he had to close his shop down.
Right.
Okay.
Well, shall we move on?
There's more to it.
Okay.
And then this Mr. James guy, he kept his shop open.
Right.
Because he felt a responsibility to the community, and he felt guilty because he'd shut the only shop down in the community.
Yeah.
So he kept his shop open, obviously raised his prices, but just to break even point. Right. And then any profit he made, he gave to charity.
Okay.
Right? So, the last one.
Right.
The Nottingham couple who made the £20 note with a special £20 note.
I'm really sceptical of this one as well.
Right.
Because I wonder, there's a lot of good forgeries out there. Some of them that are in circulation are not just specifically made by this couple. So it makes me wonder, you know, why specifically focus on these two?
Because, I'll tell you why. They were, the guy especially, he was like, had like a PhD in that.
Right.
He was a genius.
A PhD in what?
I don't know, but he was a genius.
So it's not applicable to this laundering campaign?
I think it was like, it was something to do with it, but I couldn't, that wasn't a detail I was fascinated with.
Well, it's something I'd be interested in, because, you know, that's something that stands out to me immediately, you know.
Yeah, I suppose.
You've got the experience to, you know, and then it shows that people in that similar position, you know, power corrupts.
But the couple made 3 million with £20 notes.
Right.
Right? And it's unknown how many of them are still in circulation. They were so good, the forgeries were mint, right?
Yeah.
But then they got bored, and
Right.
they were living a life of luxury, okay?
Yeah.
So what they did, how they were caught, was they produced £500,000 worth of £20 notes
Yeah.
with the Queen's tongue being stuck out. But the difference was so subtle that people couldn't notice. Like,
I think people would notice, though.
the thing is, though, the rest of the note was fine.
Yeah, but I mean,
Obviously, people did
would
notice
still
it.
look at the Queen and they'd think, something's funny, and she's sticking her tongue out.
Well, that's your beef with the story, isn't
I
it?
don't
But,
believe that. I think people would notice, and I think I would have heard of it. When was this?
last year, I think.
No, I would have heard of it, I reckon.
Yeah, they were arrested last year, but I didn't check the date of the article, so...
Right, well...
but they reckon there's still about £700. They've reclaimed a lot of them.
Yeah.
But they reckon there's still about £700.
Well, if they were
worth
so
of
good,
notes.
how did they distinguish
Because
them?
obviously the Queen's tongue has been blobbed out.
Right, yeah.
So that's how they knew. I mean, they obviously
But
weren't
what about
perfect
these others?
copies.
What about these others that were perfect copies?
They admitted to that.
Okay, so... No, but are they still in circulation?
It's
Have any of
unknown.
them
It's
been
unknown.
recalled?
It's unknown how many are still in circulation.
Right.
Because the thing is, they didn't. That was like they didn't have a calling card on that one.
I don't believe that story. I think the second one is the fact.
Which one? The guy.
Corner shop.
The corner shop guy.
Yeah.
Is that your final decision?
That's my final answer.
You're wrong.
Am I?
Yep. The correct answer was the TV cameraman accidentally crushes
Really?
celebrity bunny. Yeah.
Oh.
You got it wrong.
Oh.
And the other two were made up by me.
Yeah.
They're good stories, though, weren't they?
They were very good. They
I'm
were
right
quite
proud of that.
intricate.
Quite proud of that. Got ya. Unlucky.
Right. Well.
How do you feel?
I don't know.
Annoyed?
Not really.
No.
Sort of ambivalent.
Ambivalent, I don't even know what that is. Should we move on to the review?
Yeah.
Speaking
Why
of
not?
ambivalence.
Yeah. What? All right. It's completely
Irrelevant.
non-applicable.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a TV review of a TV series that I think doesn't get enough acclaim.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, it's called Arrested Development, and this is something I was introduced to by two friends of mine, Paul Hogg and Jonathan Woolgar.
And I was introduced.
By him, and then throughout
By
that,
him?
By
Did you just
me.
refer to yourself as him?
I
Or
did.
were you finishing my sentence there?
I think that's what I was doing. I feel silly. But I've also introduced it to one of my housemates, and you've introduced it to yours, and it's spreading.
It's getting viral, but the thing is, we're all lending it to each other, so
Yeah.
they're not getting any more money from
Who's
it.
lending it to each other?
You're lending it,
Yeah.
But then again, I've got season 3 on my own, so...
Yeah, but you haven't got the DVD.
No.
Anyway, so what's so great about it, Sean? Why do you enjoy it?
I like it because, well, 3 reasons. First reason, the subtlety of the jokes.
Yeah, very clever.
The jokes are genius,
Yeah.
right? The second reason is Tobias Funke,
Definitely.
played by David Cross.
One of the best comedy performances that I've ever seen.
He's one of the greatest comedy conceptions
Yeah.
of all time.
I think you've got to put Job in that category as well.
Job as well, yeah. I mean, they're on par with David Brent in my mind.
Played by Will Arnett, who in my mind is an incredibly underrated comic actor.
Definitely. I mean, I think they all are. Except for Jason Bateman. I mean, he's gotten big, but my problem with Jason Bateman is, whilst he's a good actor and he seems like a really good guy, he plays the same person in everything.
Yeah, but then if you got that niche, go with it. You could argue that Ricky Gervais plays the same character in everything.
Yeah, I suppose. But
Tina Fey plays the same character.
Yeah. But yeah, and my third reason, I forgot it. Got sidetracked. That's embarrassing, and that's on camera, so I can't edit that out.
Yeah.
Damn it. Right. What do you think is so great about Arrested
Development?
I
don't know. It's genuinely one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I love. One of the things I really like about it is how it's like.
Oh, sorry, I remembered Franklin.
Franklin?
The puppet.
Oh, yeah. Mrs. Featherbottom.
Fingerbottom.
Fingerbottom?
Yeah, that's what Maybe calls him. He goes, Mr. Fingerbottom, Mrs.
Anyway, what was I saying? I know it's really kind of like self-contained as a series.
Yeah.
It's kind of like every episode is, it's like it continues really well.
Yeah.
It's like it's a series in the truest sense.
Yeah.
If you get me, everything links together. It's a complete story throughout the whole series.
Yes. Whilst there's new stories per episode, there's always continuation. From, I mean, even to like the last episode of series 3.
Yeah.
There's like stories that have been going on since the first episode of series 1.
Yeah, doesn't it reference jokes that don't sorry, I'm messing up here, but I think if you rewatch the first episode of Arrested Development, having watched the final episode, the first episode has a lot of jokes that you didn't notice originally that reference the last episode.
Oh,
so it's like really circular as well.
What I thought was cool was George Michael and Maybe's relationship.
So weird.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
I found that hilarious. And how they always digged at it about how the Terrible Cousins thing or whatever it was, that film, the American remake. He said, I'm on a bit of a weird point here. My mind's gone blank.
Okay.
Hang on.
Alright. As long as so long we can wait. Let's move on.
No, I've got it. I had it the whole time. About how it was lazy to make the relationship between the two. They find out they're not actually biological cousins, so it's alright.
Yeah.
As they do in the actual series. Which I thought was really cool.
Well, yeah, it's got some really great self-referential jokes as well.
It's incredible.
It is.
Absolutely
if anyone hasn't seen it, go watch it. They're releasing a film next year.
I cannot wait for that.
And another series to accompany that.
Are they?
Yeah, I've told you about this before. It's like a new series based upon, like, you know how the main series kind of like has Jason Bateman as the main character?
Yeah.
Each episode of the new series will have one of the members of the family as the main character.
Oh, that's awesome.
From their perspective. And it's kind of like intended, I think, to introduce everyone to the main characters in the lead up to the film.
Well, I think that's something that when Craig and Ryan watched it, my housemates, they were saying that whilst Jason Bateman seems like the main character, he's not.
Well,
like, it's told from his perspective a lot of the time, but they're all kind of main characters, and they all have such massive character development. It's
kind of like Jason Bateman's reacting to events rather than actually
precisely.
doing anything.
If anything, he develops less than anybody else in the story.
I think probably the one who's had the most development is Job.
And Tobias.
I'm not sure he has developed. He's still the same idiot he always was.
Oh,
I think Job genuinely does become a caring
George
person.
Senior.
Yeah.
George Senior, because then when he like rediscovers his feelings for Lucille and whatnot, it shows he's got like a emotional side.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
And on that note, how would you rate Arrested Development?
5 out of 5, without a doubt.
I would definitely give it the same as well.
It's my favourite comedy at the moment. Can't get enough of it.
And 30 Rock are my two favourite comedies of all time.
What? More than The Office?
Okay, I'm going to put The Office in there as well. The three of them, the perfect three sitcoms. If you haven't seen any of them, go watch them. I don't know why you wouldn't have seen The Office. You know, it's a phenomenon.
You need to watch Arrested Development though.
Definitely.
It's not very well known.
But
It's
I think
got a
the
bit of a
film will
cult
make it
following.
well known. It's a cult thing at the minute, but I think the film will bring it out into the open for everyone.
Fingers crossed anyway. And then we can be proper hipsters and like...
Abandon
not
it.
only did we like it, but we reviewed it before it was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can be even more of a hipster because I can say I developed my own following. You know, I created an inner circle of Arrested Development.
I recruited Craig and Ryan and Mother.
But I created that loop because, you know, I'm at the centre of that. Actually, in fact, Paul is at the centre of that. My friend Paul.
As soon as he realises, he starts passing it off to someone else.
I don't know, I'm saying, it's a link, isn't it? Paul is at the centre, and then it widens to me and Rob, then it widens to you,
Okay,
then it
right.
widens to...
That's weird.
Point is, you know, varying degrees of hipsterness. That's not really a point. I think we should end it there before I make more of a fool of myself. So, thank you for watching Season 1, and thank you for watching the series finale. Keep your eye open for Series 2, coming the middle of March.
And the outtakes,
Yeah.
which are coming in the space in between.
Yeah.
What do you...
Not the middle of March, the middle of April, I'm
Middle
sorry.
of April, you muppet. We've just come out of the middle of March now.
We have. Alright. But yeah, we've got Back to Normal in the next series, Squeezebox and Fill Me In.
Yeah.
And of course...
But they'll be revamped.
Yeah, and of course the first series of our series on NSR will continue.
Yes. Yes.
So, if you haven't listened to any of the NSR shows or any of Squeezebox and Fill Me In, we've got a big back catalogue, so...
We have, yeah.
A lot for you to enjoy in the interim.
Yeah, if you've kind of fallen behind, catch up.
Yeah, you've got the time.
You've got plenty of videos to keep you going.
So enjoy it. I've been Simon.
I don't feel like we should end there for some reason.
Well,
I don't know why.
What else would you like to add?
I don't know. I mean, I know we've already released thank you videos, but we haven't done one together.
Okay.
So maybe we should do one together.
Okay, well, let's do it now.
I could possibly cue some music in here as well.
Okay, we'll do it.
That should be cool.
Right, so we'd just both like to say thank you for all the support that we've been given.
Yeah, we really, really appreciate it.
Of course we do. Thank you to everyone who voted for us as Show of the Week, for Show of the Week by NSR. We didn't actually win.
We came second.
Which is a very good place to be, all things considered.
Oh yes, we had plenty of votes.
Yeah.
I was dead chuffed. And from, you know, a personal perspective, a lot of them were friends, so I thank you so much for that,
thank you
because
everyone.
You guys were awesome, and we wouldn't have done that without you. So
no, I mean you've made the Sean and Simon show, you know,
Precisely.
something decent, I think.
And the Twitter as well. Everyone on Twitter, we've got loads of followers on Twitter now, so I just want to say thank you to all you guys as well.
Yeah.
You guys are mint.
I know people always say, you know, we appreciate it, but we genuinely
do.
Really
Every single follower.
Yeah.
Unless we don't follow you back.
No, every time I come round here, you always say to me, look how many more followers we've got. You know, every single follower is a source of excitement for us.
It is, yeah. Especially when they've got a verified account.
Corn.
Oh, yeah.
That guy from Big Brother.
Corn. He wasn't a verified account, but he was genuine.
Oh, right.
I can't remember who else. I think it was like 9 in total verified accounts.
That's incredible.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. But I don't appreciate them any more than everyone else. They're normal people, just like the others. I think, you know...
No, if you have a verified account, follow the Sean and Simon Show, because you are superhuman.
Well, then you've just offended everyone else, haven't you?
No, everyone...
There isn't a superhuman.
Everyone else is special. Oh,
so they're less special, are they?
You backed me into a hole there. You made me sad, because now I feel like I've upset. I'm sorry.
It's a really good thank you video. Anyway, you know, we love you all, so...
Every single one of you.
You're all special to me. If not to Sean. I'm kidding.
What are you on about?
Right, so, now I think we should wrap up.
Yes, one more thing. Keep your eye out for the outtakes.
Yeah, and the new artwork.
Your new artwork, courtesy of Matthew Parrott.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We really appreciate that, mate.
Of course we do.
It's great stuff.
Good
artwork.
It's very impressive.
Better than my artwork.
I think you did a good job.
Considering I lack the skills.
Yeah, exactly. Considering that you're not a professional. So, I've been Simon.
I've been Sean. And you have been great.
It's time we stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
I must ask the honourable gentleman to withdraw the term that I think he used. I think I heard the term pipsqueak.
They remind me of my two young boys squabbling at bath time.